My dear students, my Parts of Speech series is going on and we are learning grammar for speaking good English. As we have discussed earlier that few basic things are very much needed for speaking English. So we have done, noun, first topic of the parts of speech, and we have started pronoun. In my previous video, I have told everything about personal pronoun, and today I have taken two pronouns which are very important. They are reflexive and emphatic pronoun. So let's talk about reflexive and emphatic pronoun. So first of all, I have taken reflexive pronoun. So let's know what is a reflexive pronoun first. So reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that reflects back to the subject or refers back to the subject when an action is done by the subject and it reflects back or turns back on the subject itself. It's called reflexive pronoun. Okay, it is used when subject and object are the same thing. Okay, like if I say I love myself, so here we see that I is subject and love is the action which is done by the subject, and this action it reflects back, it's acted upon myself. So we can say that, when subject and object are the same, I love myself. So I and myself are the same, It means that, I is subject and myself, actually it is object here. It's working as an object, but still we see that I and myself, they are the same person. Okay, so reflexive pronoun always, it reflects back its own action on the object. Now, so here we see that reflexive pronoun for all personal pronouns like I, myself, we, ourselves, you, yourself, and yourself. So here we can see that there are two things about yourself. This is singular noun and singular pronoun, and yourself is plural pronoun. I'm just telling you about this thing, the differences between these two. And now he, himself, she, herself, it, itself, and they, themselves. Okay, so by adding myself, I, myself, it means, my is possessive pronoun and we are adding self, to make it reflexive pronoun. Same way, we is nominative case of pronoun, it is subjective case or nominative case of pronoun, and we are adding R. R is possessive case of pronoun and we are adding SELVES to make it plural. So it would become we, ourselves. Okay. Now you, yourself. Let's see this thing, If we say you, yourself, it means, yourself means when only one person is there, I am talking to someone, like if I say that you have done this work yourself, I am indicating towards one person. And same way yourselves, SELVES, when we are indicating towards a group, okay. It means lots of people are there and I am saying that, you yourself, I am indicating towards a class. Suppose a class is there and some students are there and I am telling them that, you have done this work yourself. You have painted this picture yourself, or you have posted this timetable yourself. Okay, so I'm not talking about one person. I'm just talking about a group of persons. So that is why I've used yourselves for it. Okay, now he, himself, she, herself, it, itself, they, themselves. Okay, so now these reflexive pronoun, it comes at the end of the sentence. Okay, like I can say that I hurt myself, or I can say that I love myself. Okay, so here we see I is, it comes in the place of nominative pronoun, it's subjective pronoun, and then love is the action. Okay, and this action is acted upon, myself. It means myself is also me. Understand? So that is why it is working as an object. So I, myself, we, ourselves, you, yourself. Okay, so we see that these reflexive pronoun, it comes after the verb. Okay, and sometimes it works as an object. Okay, so like I hate myself, we cooked ourselves. So in this way, you know, we can make sentences. One more thing I would like to tell you about reflexive pronoun, that you cannot make possessive pronoun out of it, okay? So now let's move towards emphatic pronoun. Now, emphatic pronoun is used to give some importance to the noun, or you can say, you know, to emphasize the noun, but actually it doesn't refers back to the subject. Like myself, ourself, yourself. Here again we use the same thing. To the personal pronoun we are using self and selves. But the thing is that it does not refers back to the subject. Rather it gives importance to the noun, or you know, it just gives you know, emphasis to the noun, you know, to make your statement, you know, more clear and more precise, and to give importance to the noun. Let's see how. You know what happened? Yesterday I baked a cake. Usually I don't bake cake, you know, I don't know how to bake cake. So yesterday I watched a YouTube video and I tried to bake a cake. So when I was, you know, finished with cake, I just presented it in front of my family, and my husband asked, "Did you bake it yourself?" Huh? How could it be possible, you know? Who helped you in baking the cake? How did you make it? How did you bake it? You know, I was really fed up. And then a series of questions were inflicted upon me, that how did I do it? I really got pissed off. And then I said, I myself have baked this cake. Understand? I myself have baked this cake. It means now I am giving much emphasis on myself, or I am saying that I have baked this cake, you know, myself, by giving much importance to me. So in the same way, when you are using emphatic pronoun, what you need to do that, you know, first you will write subject, then you will write emphatic pronoun, myself or yourself, and then you will write, you know, the verb. Like, you know, you can say that you yourself have done this work. It means you are giving much importance to or emphasis to yourself. I myself have done this work. So here I am giving much, you know, emphasis on myself. So emphatic pronoun comes in this way only. And one more thing is that, you know, when you are writing a reflexive pronoun, your sentence cannot be completed unless you know, write yourself. Like if I write, I love myself. Okay, so here if I'm writing I love myself, that even if the thing is that if I don't write myself, my sentence will not, you know, complete. So it will not be completed. I love what? The question comes what? So here we see that in reflexive pronoun, myself is much important to write. It's most important to write, and unless you write it, you are not going to get the full meaning. But in reflexive pronoun, emphatic pronoun, but in emphatic pronoun, what we do that, if I write, like if I write, I myself have baked this cake. Okay, so even if I don't write myself, my sentence give the full meaning. I can write, I have baked this cake. Okay, but to give more, you know, emphasis to the word myself, to show that yes, I have done it, we write myself just after the subject. Okay, and in reflexive pronoun, what we do that, we usually write myself, yourself, themselves after the verb, and it works as an object. And emphatic pronoun comes just after the subject, giving importance or emphasis to the noun or the pronoun or the subject, you can say. Okay, so this is the basic differences, you know, between these two pronouns, a reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. So I hope you understood it well. So I hope you understood it well. I don't have to give, more examples, about these pronouns. So let's meet in our next video where we'll be talking about more about pronouns. Okay. So if you like my video, if you understand my video, please give likes, share and subscribe. Okay.